fuck me on a skateboard. It's the hedgehogs we've got now. This time... oh god, I don't like that. Didn't much care for what you did with your face. And some static electricity. I'm doing this now. The timetable's becoming a bit unviable. I don't know why I've chosen to juggle this many. It's... so I don't believe in numerology at all. But, like, I don't know, like, I was just compelled. Like, some force beyond my conscious control told me I'm going to do Sonic Riders in February of 2021. So I'm going to obey that because I'm fearful of the consequences of trying to resist. That might happen to me, for example. A fox might fall over and then I'll be fucked because I'm really counting on them to stand up. So without further ado, to appease the Eldritch gods, many of whom have appeared in Sonic the Hedgehog over the years, they love that ever since the 3D ones. But now, we're going to turn into a beam of light and do a race for your entertainment. So, here, without further ado, here's Sonic Riders. Please do not punish me for my hubris. Oh, unseen entity. So naturally, there's a story mode, which it's gonna be that. I don't know what missions I can do about, but I won't bother, to be honest. It's stories. Yeah, so we've got 2 of them to get through. This is a file where I've already got everything unlocked for something that will follow after all this, but we got to get the plot out of the way first. We got to know why the skateboards are jamming all of our equipment.
That's really weird.
Because if we don't establish that, then really all other information is useless. Birds coming out! In this instance, it is a bird. Well, it's 3 birds, so you can't blame this one on Superman.
Alright! Now we're talking!
You are talking, and you're gonna go fast. He has to. It's, you know... we're both very much at the whims of something far beyond our control. Green bird gun coming at you! I punched this one 3 times and he fell over. He's observed something. We're gonna know what that means eventually. For some reason, I've determined I need one of these to catch up to them. Whoosh. I immediately know how this thing works. I'm very good at hovering on all sorts of equipment that I've never seen. Or maybe they have, I don't know. The continuity of Sonic the Hedgehog is non-existent. So he could theoretically know everything and nothing. There's no way of... it's not ours to tell. Oh, the bird's vanished. He's become the moon. Oh no, he hasn't. He tried to trick you. You fool, you thought I was the moon. You let your guard down. You're like, oh, I'm not the tides. So, the beak's very close to me as you mock me. I like my sunglasses.
Ah, new competition!
Well, that's intriguing. I'm starting a rivalry with a criminal bird.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
And now this.
I hope you're all ready for a show. We've got an exciting event just for you.
There's a bit of a difference. Stop.
Since you all
Stop!
I put together a little
Stop being as you are.
I call it the X-World Grand Prix, a tournament to see who's the best of the best.
We're
with
doing a
extreme
racing
speed.
tournament. I miss when games could just establish that a tournament was happening, and then that was all the plot you needed.
These races are no holds barred.
Just have there be a fucking tournament.
All contestants
Every game now, to compensate for the next 3 years, should have a tournament of some kind explaining most of what's going on. New Tomb Raider, there's a grave robbing tournament. Alright? Who can steal the most dead folks?
And there's more. Before I forget,
Oh, why did you stop the broadcast then?
these players, they're hot. The best racers I can find.
Oh, there they are. Oh no, it's a fast bird that we know about.
Hey, that's
That is.
X-World Grand Prix, huh? Let's do this!
Well, now a bird I'm concerned about's involved. I have to finish within the top 3. Let's do this. Right here and now, I guess we're just in. We're Sonic the Hedgehog. This is obviously some kind of trick targeted at us. There we are, there on a billboard that time, you see. With what appears to be some Sonic Heroes art, if I'm not mistaken. This is what I look like in another game. Right, now I've got to remember how this all does. Whoop. Well, I missed the thing, but fortunately I missed all the cars as well. Okay, now this... The explanation of how this one works would take so long, and I don't know that I have it in me. So... I'm not going to. There's shortcuts you can take depending on what kind of skateboard boy you are. I'm a quick one, so I have rails that I can grind on. Like the shoes they made him have! Do you remember? And because of that, being fast means you can grind on rails. Simply because of a shoe brand promotion. That is what quick people do now forevermore. It's like how people think that rabbits eat carrots because of Bugs Bunny. It's just people just think shoes and being quick make you go on a... Go away, die. I've bulldozed you slightly. Okay. Oh, this isn't the one I wanted to go down. I wanted to go down the one where there's a shortcut for me. Here's the one I am. I haven't. I've successfully gone onto the shortcut that you put there! I keep going too early across. Yeah, this is... You see, with something like Wacky Races, it's fine, because a lot of it's fairly self-explanatory. So despite the pace that everything moves at, I had hoped I'd go up the top route once, to be honest. It's not like you're missing much, it just annoys me that I have, like, tried really my damnedest to go up there every single time and have just failed. And I don't know what I did wrong. So, you know, we shall learn from that later on when I don't care. We'll get this corner, we won't, I've done, oh! I corrected slightly, we went over some grass. I thought the grass slowed me down, but it doesn't seem to have really. Stalefish Japan twist alert with one handily. So yeah, I'm sorry that I've not really explained what you're looking at. If you want, there's a very good Snap Cube series on this game, where like if you want to see like a more like if you want a more accessible viewing experience of this game, I would recommend the Snapcube videos. Because apart from anything else, they're just fucking funny. Like, honestly, so, you know. And you'll get actual explanations of the mechanics that will be more coherent than anything I could, to be honest, manage.
Yeah, but
This
what
one
exactly is Eggman really
is more... I don't know why I'm doing this one, because I can just, like, watch that series, to be honest. I don't know why I decided to do this one so urgently that it's overtaking other active projects. I've got so much Castlevania left to do, and now I'm on a skateboard, but, you know, the eldritch beings that live in my brain have told me. So I don't get a choice. but I do get a hoverboard.
Ugh.
Your eyelids don't work, and I like to imagine that was what he was observing. It just dawns on him sometimes how weird it is that you all just have one giant eyeball with two pupils. Apart from Tails. Tails is the only one with his head on straight.
Yes.
Knuckles is sort of...
Babylon Roads. A long
his
time ago, there
eyebrows.
was a floating island known as Babylon Garden.
That's why he doesn't chuckle, because if he took the scowl off his face, it would rumble the ruse that he, in fact, has no bridge of the nose. They're explaining the Babylon Rogues. This is why the skateboard birds are important. There's an angel. There's some beaky friends stabbing the treasure. There's squiddly bows, and there's that symbol again, you see. There's secret treasure associated with Tony Hawk, and we've got to find him now. Only he can tell us where the map is.
Like that just float.
That's easy to explain. According
Because
to the
of-
Cutter-Joukowsky lift theorem, the control surface flow is balanced by the inverse kinetics of
He
the...
can't process the information, you see.
get it,
He's
okay?
a
Just
simple-minded
floats, and that's good enough for
fellow
me.
who doesn't actually know about floating planks.
Sorry,
Hilarious. But it does, you see, it does also prove the point that his eyes are incorrect as well. You have also got actual eyes. So there you are. There's clearly no excuse. It is a very funny hoverboard.
I never imagined anyone would enter the race with such a piece of junk.
Being disrespectful birds.
Thanks, though. It was good for a laugh.
How dare they?
See ya, Shorty.
How dare they on a wooden bridge in the woods?
Yeah, how can she just walk in and diss Tails?
I know, and tinkering's all he's really good at, too.
Oh, the terrible.
The next race is about to begin. Please come to the gate, participants.
What a fool! He's made matters worse. He lacks emotional intelligence. Oh, that goof, the big red punch boy. Ah, fuck. Anyway, we've got to finish within the top 3 of this one right now in Splash Canyon. So, be ready for us to do that. Because it's happening. Oh no, it's about to happen. Start the game. Noom. And now, here's the corner. There was a thing up there, I missed my chance. But I'll get them. Oh no, I've done it. Oh. There's the waterfall. Here, I can redeem myself. A shortcut whoosh. Yes. Tails can fly. Which we knew, so that takes care of itself. You can probably guess at this point what Knuckles will be able to do once we have access to him. So yeah, those are the types of shortcuts. Whoosh, whoosh. X ranks sideways spin on a rainbow that I found. So that's great as well. I may as well make some sort of effort towards explaining what's going on. You might notice we've got an air gauge on the right. So yeah, essentially we have fuel in this game, and it can run out, and things like drifting and boosting cost it. And you can replenish it with pickups or by getting a certain number of rings, which also increases the amount overall you can have in your brain. No. So yeah, you have to there's an actual resource that you have to manage in the process of all of this as well. Boosting does also initiate an attack, as you can see by the fact that I just had a plug out for a bit just then. And that is useful. because it destroys all those who would oppose you. I want to get the thing. No, let me get it. I couldn't. I've gone twiddled off. Oh, I'm twiddly fuck pits. Make it! You didn't. Well, we know what it would have looked like if we did anyway. We'd have just gone on a bit of a wooden one for a while. There's nothing normal about that. I meant the opposite of that. Alright, so bear that in mind when you listen to that statement and remember it in your brain. Is that I meant the exact opposite. Ugh. Sort of exhausting having to keep clarifying that I didn't mean the thing that I said. I should invest in my own Tory party to just quickly rush in and establish that I didn't mean the thing you all heard me say. Just sounds super convenient, you know? Boris fucking Johnson. Nope, no consequences for each race, just a new echidna now in the robot dimension. You've bunced your adversary!
Oh, it's
Ah.
you! Well,
No, it isn't.
pay you back for this. Ha! I let you get away last time, but definitely not today. Why wait till later, you little punk? I'll
They're
pay
the
you
punch
back
boys, you
tenfold
see,
now.
and so they're going to do big punches. Oh, that's not the right person to punch this time, sir!
What are you doing, you clumsy?
You fool!
Was that supposed to be some kind of punch? Nice try, buddy.
Oh, you're equally foolish in your ability to punch a robot that wasn't involved. You've removed his limb.
What?
Ah, you activate the brain Sproingus.
Race is about to start. All participants, please get to your positions now.
Don't like your head in particular, Knuckles. It's a shame what they did to you.
Looking forward to it.
It's a very wide bird. There's a shortcut somewhere in this one that I didn't know about until I saw it in the Snapcube series, funnily enough. Like, so apparently there's just shortcuts that I never found in all the many years I spent playing this game. And in fairness, this one's like a particularly, like... I don't know how you would find out about that naturally, but I have to assume someone did. But we're hopefully going to find it together as we go round and fight the corners on a skateboard. No! Ah! That's a thing that's not great about the drifts in this one, is that you're taking me in the lava! The backdraft, what's it called? Turbulence. This one, yes. One of the TVs is off its hinge, and so you must, prepare it. Okay, oh no, I'm gonna run out. Go down the magical trick. Alright, we got back some air canister by doing a fun flip. I don't know how, I guess there's some sort of... There's little air nets in the side of the skateboards. And so when you spin round a lot, it scoops up all the air and puts it into the machine tank for you to do a big race. This is definitely a thing that works. So do not question me. In the egg factory today. Here we go. This is what we want. We don't want to be just dragged into a lava waterfall at all. It's a lava fall at that point. We'll go through this again. Why am I trying to jump? There's no ramp here. Oh. You can tell I'm not familiar with that bit of the track, can't you? Because it's just really... Yay. The rock crash. For your amusement, now I present the reactor core. There's a lot of comms over there, and we love to see it in the distance. Not so much right behind us, because that would put pressure on me to perform better at the race. And I don't like undue pressure. There are people who are better at handling it, but ultimately there is no one who truly thrives under it. There are merely people who are better at ignoring the damage that it does do to them. And if you believe you are some exemption to this, I'm going to go around this way to see if I can get a cheeky bunts! There's a coin bonus if you go here. There isn't. I might have been thinking of another one. I could have sworn there was, but oh well. We've seen it now, so put that myth to bed. I was about to make a very serious point, but I got distracted, and it feels like the moment has passed. But yeah, there will be some of you watching this who believe you thrive under pressure, and I promise you, you don't. And the fact, this will be borne out by the effect that it will have on your relationships with the people around you. There will be something you haven't noticed, so please, for the love of God, practice self-care. As much for your own good as for theirs. So, I don't know why it was necessary to do that just then, but I've told you that now. So look after yourself, or I'll fight you. Thanks. What is this? The energy is weird. I think that the eldritch being who made me do this is forcing me to give you life lessons. We're convening at the gate prior to that time.
That's cool!
Did a big jump.
When did you learn those techniques?
I just sort of knew how to do it,
For someone of your reputation.
which I achieved by exploiting the lack of consistency within our universe's continuity.
No, I've checked you out, actually.
I've always known
Not
you
bad.
have the
I
similar
admit
squanch
you're pretty
eyebrow
fast on your feet. But here,
trick
it's a
that you
whole
do to the
different story
knuckles
when
to
riding with extreme
obscure
gear.
the fact that your
You
eyes are
see,
wrong.
To be the fastest on a gear, you have to become one with the wind. Without wings,
Obviously.
well, you might as well kiss the ground and go home.
You don't really... Let's be clear, you have hands as much as we do.
Who does he think he is?
Are you implying you can fly
Well,
with
I don't think
those?
these all talk, you know. I better be on my toes during this competition.
If you took the gloves off, would you be able to fly under your own power? Or may I just as well be receiving this lecture from a penguin?
Will be at 100%.
Hey, Tails, you always do your best, so don't worry.
Yeah, but
I don't want to
to
get lectured by a
She's
penguin.
really brilliant
There are
mechanism.
many interactions I would hope to have with a penguin,
Sonic,
but
don't
I'd like
worry,
to
I'll
not...
unlock the secret of the extreme gears for
I don't
us.
like confrontation. But I do very much like penguins, and so I feel like the cognitive dissonance that that encounter would generate. Like, I'd have to lie down. I wouldn't know how to process a penguin lecture. Okay? So don't put me through one, or I'll probably just kick you into the sea to avoid dealing with it, alright? Regardless of whether or not you've really earned that reaction. Alright? I can't just put you first at the expense of my own mental well-being all the time. Sometimes the ocean is there for me to put my problems in. I'm trying my best, but the sea is a lot easier. Okay? And the frankly bizarre nature of the like the task you would have to perform in order to have initiated this situation, bearing in mind that you could have stopped at any time. You know, ask for me to do better by all means. Why did you need a penguin to be involved? You know, could you not have done this yourself? Or at the very least have employed the services of any other bird. There are so many other kinds of bird, okay? You're doing it deliberately. At that point, you are doing it because I said I didn't want it to be a penguin, and you're doing it out of spite. You're doing it out of spite, and you've not got even a single hot dog in you, okay? Right now, I know you are completely hollow. For if you don't contain hot dogs, truly you contain nothing. I've solved the riddle of the hot dog mannequin. The trick is that it's hollow on the inside. There was no hot dog at all, ever. Not even one. You thought you could fool me? Well, you can't this time, it turns out. Boing. Boing on a spider's web tonight. This is going by really quickly. Maybe it's alright that I decided to put this one in the lineup, because honestly, I was expecting this to be like a series. At this rate, it might just be 3 episodes. Like, if it, provided I can, like, get through it at the same sort of pace that I have been, I may need to add stuff to this simply to make a 3rd episode. Which I don't strictly lament. But, like, honestly, I was expecting this to take longer. So, you know, it's essentially, that just means it works out. I don't have to make myself too much busier. Oh, God! I really biffed that. I went right up the chimney and I began to shout, "You have to leave me alone. Please. Clout." I had to make it rhyme or they wouldn't leave. They don't leave if it doesn't rhyme. I don't know who they are, the wizards. But, yeah. I just want to be alone. It doesn't really matter who they are. I don't, you know, I'm making my dinner. I don't like to be disturbed in the kitchen today.